Ever since I first laid pavers, I have been a big fan of this DIY task. Not only is it extremely rewarding, but you also end up with a space you can use and enjoy. And with a wide range of finishes and colours available from Firth, you are able to customise your space to tie in with your existing colour scheme or add your own design ideas. Understand all of the steps, the specifics for your site, and have all materials on hand to complete your project. Create a dimension plan of your site showing the layout of your pavers, including the pattern, the height of your pavers in relation to your finished surroundings, keeping in mind any requirements for a fall away from any structures to address rainwater. Work out the quantities of pavers you will need and allow a suitable amount for wastage. Start by setting out where your pavers will go and then excavate, allowing sufficient depth for your pavers and base course. This will generally be 150 to 180 mils from the finished height of your paver. 50 mils for the paver, 100 mils for the base course, and approximately 30 mils for the bedding sand between. Remove all topsoil and excavate down to the right depth. I recommend using string lines set up with the correct heights to make sure you excavate down to the right depth. If edging or borders are required, now is the time to install these. Edging restraints will hold the outside pavers in place, as well as any base course materials moving sideways when compacted or completed. Edging restraints are commonly in the form of timber boxing, a concrete haunching, or a proprietary edging system. If you are using haunching, use a temporary edging and add the concrete once pavers are laid and compacted. I have mostly used timber boxing with regularly spaced wooden pegs along with a bit of existing concrete as my edging. When setting my boxing up, I used string lines to make sure all of the boxing was straight and square before I laid my paving. Now you are ready to backfill with the base course. Paving base course is most commonly gap 20 metal, found at most landscape suppliers. Spread your base course evenly across your site. Then using a plate compactor, compact your base course in layers of no more than 100 millimeters at a time, compacting to a consistent density. Throughout this step, keep in mind the finished paving levels and slope, as you want the contour of the base course to match the finished slope of your pavers. Use a string line or heights from your edging to regularly check this as you progress. Bedding sand provides support for the pavers, but it won't hide any irregularities in the base course or subgrade. It should be well graded and damp, but not wet. Aiming for a 30 mm depth, spread a consistent layer across the top of your base course, using a straight edge and runners to ensure a level surface. Starting from your set out point, or from the straightest convenient corner, start laying your pavers. As you lay your pavers, a spacing between each paver is required to allow sand penetration and paving performance. Firth has spaces built into all sides of their pavers, allowing for this. Take your time and lay your pavers. Using a rubber mallet, make sure each paver is laid snugly against its neighbouring paver. Regularly stop to check your work. If there is any incorrect levels or uneven pavers, take your time to remove a paver and add additional bedding sand where needed. It is likely at some point you will need to make a cut to your pavers, and there are several ways to do this, including a concrete saw, hammer and chisel, or a brick splitter. For smaller projects and most DIY paved areas, I find an angle grinder with a diamond blade the most suitable way to cut pavers. Measure the size of paver needed, transfer and mark these dimensions onto your paver, and wearing appropriate safety equipment, cut your paver. Once all your pavers are in place, it's time to compact your pavers to make sure they're bedded down and won't move. A rubber mallet is fine for this in small areas, and also if you're using large size pavers. For large areas, using a plate compactor is recommended. Now all of your pavers are paved and bedded down, it's time to lock them in place. On a dry day, using either dry paving sand or pave lock, mix and spread over your pavers and then sweep into all the joints. For pave lock, once the joints have been filled, sweep any excess off and then lightly wet all the joints to assist it with hardening. Where concrete haunching is being used, now's the time to complete this. Starting halfway down your paver, add your concrete and slope down at 45 degrees. Any additional excavation undertaken around your pavers can now be backfilled to the height desired. I am wanting my pavers to run directly onto grass, so I've backfilled topsoil and grass to match the height of my pavers. To maintain your pavers and make sure they're easy to clean, applying a sealer is an important step. I have applied a moisture repellent sealer with a clear finish to keep the original colour and look for my pavers, using a spray applicator and applying 2 coats. So there it is, how to install Firth Pavers. Whatever your reason, paved surfaces are a great DIY way to create practical and good looking outdoor spaces to your home. Now it's time to sit back and enjoy your hard work.